In 2011, the New York Times interviewed me about the anti-Sharia movement in the United States. I have written and lectured about the bigotry and Islamophobia that started the anti-Sharia movement and continues to fuel it since 2009. I brought this expertise to the Shariawiz legal team. The anti-Sharia legislation is unconstitutional and is under challenge around the country. But Shariawiz does not take anything for granted. The Shariawiz legal team carefully created every Shariawiz document with the anti-Sharia legislation in mind. The Shariawiz will, with excruciating details, sets forth the division of your estate. In other words, a probate court is not required to interpret or apply Sharia to probate your will. The shares are set forth based on the current Islamic heirs. If at the time of death, the surviving Islamic heirs change, the will directs the executor, not the court, to recalculate the shares according to Islamic inheritance schedule. The executor has the final word, and the probate court has nothing to do except implement the decedent's wishes as set forth in the will as required under American law. Remember, under American law, you can disinherit your children, your parents, and anyone else. The only person you cannot disinherit under American law is your spouse. One of the few instances where a court may consider not to implement the decedent's wishes is if the decedent attempts to give his spouse less than he or she would have been entitled to under the elective share or community property rights. This has nothing to do with the anti-Sharia legislation or an Islamic will. It applies to any will in the United States. The Shariawiz will includes a valid elective share community property waiver that is required to be signed by the other spouse to ensure that the probate court will enforce your Islamic will smoothly. Visit Shariawiz.com to prepare your state-specific, Sharia-compliant, legally valid estate plan, and let everyone know your wishes.